Here we are back again today at Dolce Vita in the kitchen, hanging with the boys, Bourbon and of course John. How are you doing today, John?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good timing.
Thank you.
I'm just getting ready here to prep our weekend special. So this weekend we're doing a chicken ballotine.
Okay.
Some spinach, some flavored ricotta, and some roasted red peppers. You walked in just in time to see the butchering process of the chickens.
So lucky. Let's do this.
So here we are. We just started. This is our roaster chicken, 1.4 kilo. I removed the wings. That's all I've done so far. I'm just making 2 incisions in the back here, and I'm going to take out the internal skeleton of the bird. Always getting the hip joints. It's always one of the hardest parts to get out without damaging the rest of the structure.
It's always the hips, is it?
Always in the hips. True for other things as well, they say.
John the man with the masterful hands. Look at that.
So here we're going to hit the wishbone.
Okay.
Now, I don't want the wishbone in my food. Neither do you, I'm assuming.
I like a wish, but not in this case.
I'm just going to run the knife down and kind of push the protein off of the bone. Extract it out. I'm going to leave it actually attached to the skeleton when I take the skeleton out, so I don't need it.
Okay.
There we go. As I get down near the bottom, you can kind of see where the tip of the knife is here. That's the base, that's the joint of the wishbone. So it's running into both breasts here. It's hard to see maybe in this angle.
We're getting something. We're getting something.
So, there we go. Start at side 1, and we're back to side 2.
Now, John, what would you say is one of the best things to remember if you are attempting to, debone a chicken, say, in our case here?
Remember where your fingers are.
Very good tip. Highly recommended to keep the fingers, yes.
Other than that, it is really just to take your time and follow the bones. The chicken will tell you where to cut. You just want to follow along the bones and take the protein off. So
follow the chicken.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Bourbon, what are you working on over there? I'm kind of curious. What's this?
I'm making a melanzane.
A melanzane, eh?
I plant Parmesan. Layers of loved cheese.
Loved cheese, yes.
Homemade tomato sauce.
Sounds delicious.
It's one of our lovely things we serve here at Dolce. It felt like eating.
Soon enough. Yeah, that's right. Here we are. We're getting near the final stage to get the primary carcass out. As you can see,
yes,
almost fully released.
Okay.
So I'm just going down. I'm following the center of the breastbone here. Loosening a little bit. Lifting it out. There we go.
Look at that.
Carcass. Both of our breast meat. The skin's still intact. No bones. Wishbones are gone. Next we're going to do the legs, and then it's time to stuff.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
So, again, on the inside of the legs, down, both bones. We're not using the feet for this particular recipe, so we don't need those. Here's a little tricky. You kind of just gently go in until you get to the center of the bone. Using your fingers, once you have enough meat removed, you can get your fingers around it. And it's just cutting it down until you get to the joint. Now for this particular recipe, we're using the entire bird. That way on the plate we can do a contrast of light and dark. So that'll be quite nice for the customers to get the full flavor as well as the healthy benefits of the lean.
The best of both worlds.
Around the knees you gotta watch because you don't want pieces of cartilage.
Okay.
It makes for a very chewy bite. So just very carefully, a little bit of meat loss there, but not enough to worry about. That way though, you won't be biting into a piece of it. Come down to the end here. There we go. So,
You make it look too easy, John.
Dark meat, light meat, your heat on this side. Need the fat.
We're essentially undressing the bones.
Yes, exactly.
To any and all viewers, please be careful if attempting to debone anything at home.
Alright, so here is our chicken. All the meat is there. We roll it over here, we've got all the skin here, which is what we want.
Okay.
When we roll this up, we're going to be crisping the skin and seasoning it so it'll have a nice golden brown crisp texture on the outside.
Okay.
That's the key thing for this recipe, is to keep that skin intact.
Okay.
I'm going to remove some of the excess fat from the edges. And now I also need to make my thickness more consistent so that we have consistent flakes proportion.
Trimming the fat.
Now trim all the fat off. Now it's going to take a little bit of the dark meat from the edge.
Okay.
Bring it back into the center here. Using the breast, there you have the fillet. I want the fillet because I need to fill in some of that excess fat there. So I'm going to take the breast, butterfly it part way, rolling it over with the fillet. I've now extended the size of the breast, and it's going to be more consistent when I cook it.
We all like consistency.
So I'm going to season the outside of this bird when I cook it. In the meantime, I've already seasoned all my stuffing ingredients. So got a little bit of spinach here, so sweat it off. Cooked out and drained. So put a little layer of spinach down the center.
Making Popeye real jealous right about now, buddy.
He was the inspiration, you know.
Yeah.
Mind you. He'd eat the whole bird. I'm hoping I can feed more than one person with the bird. I'm putting a layer of a seasoned ricotta cheese mix here in the center. I've added some fresh herbs, some parsley, a little lemon zest.
Yes.
And some other minor seasonings just to give it background.
Of course.
Here we've got some roasted red pepper strips. We're going to run these down the center as well. Alright. So starting at one side, just going to bring it all up, roll it into itself. You want to keep it fairly tight. You don't want to squeeze too hard though. You want to keep it a consistent diameter. So, here we go. Our one stuffed chicken.
Yeah.
Now using a little bit of butcher twine, we're going to just tie this.
Okay.
And get it ready for the cooking process. Tying on one end here.
It's amazing how you've transformed this bird. Wow.
So I just did a little loop under this wing. Slide it right up. Pull it tight. I want to pull it too tight. As this meat cooks, proteins will coagulate. They'll help to bind it, help it hold its form. If I squeeze it too tight now, I'll actually end up probably more inconsistency isn't good.
We want those proteins to coagulate, right?
Yes.
We need that. What's all this shenanigans about? What are you talking about and who are you talking about?
Poutine mash.
Oh, poutines. What are you making?
We'll make mashed potatoes.
Heck yeah, you are. Wow. There's too many sources of good food in this kitchen. Getting hungry fast.
You're hungry.
And,
Hungry.
Put your tie to one side and just rolling it over and just trussing a little bit here to make sure that it's going to stay the side that I want it to.
Okay.
Trimming off the excess string. Yeah, just bring it back and forth, and here we go.
I just grabbed a big bag of potatoes and I said, "Tell me."
Here we are, folks. One dressed chicken ballotine ready to go and get cooked.
Very good.
This weekend we'll be carving it up, serving it with a nice chicken supreme sauce and roast potatoes, and fresh vegetables. See you soon at Dolce.
Sounds like a plan, John. Thank you very much once
you.
again. Say goodbye, boys.
See ya.
Bye for now.
Over here.